Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Let's please break only one glass a day. We've already done the christening of the glass breaking for today. Is it working? The mic? Amazing. Thank you. Welcome. I appreciate you guys showing up every week to learn more about crypto, and thank you for coming out to the middle of nowhere to do it. I know it's like hours from Canggu and decades from Ubud, and some of you guys showed up from both places, so I appreciate it. My name's Sim, as always, like a SIM card or an Indonesian driver's license. Lucky for you guys, I will not be talking today. I know a lot of you appreciate it. Thank you. You don't have to like. We can kind of share, but I'm sure they're sick of me talking a lot about conspiracy theories. So I know. I mean, it's the truth, though. I talk about a lot of nihilistic stuff sometimes, and I feel like today we're going to have some positive stuff. We're going to talk about how to make money within DeFi, right? Because we've gone through a lot of stuff that's been beginner stuff. We really just focus on investing and keeping it as simple as possible. But there were some requests that we should have topics that are slightly more advanced, because a lot of people are interested in things like staking and yield farming, and effectively it's how to earn interest on your money or on your crypto. Great thing with crypto is you can earn crypto as the interest, and those cryptos can appreciate in value over a long period of time. So as always, before we start, we're going to do just a quick intro, go around the room, take 15 seconds, please introduce your name, and then just give an overview, like have you done any of this stuff? Are you familiar with staking or yield farming, or does that sound like words that we'll need to even explain for you? So I'm Sim. I have done some yield farming. I have done some staking. I don't do it very much, simply because I like to stay liquid, and it does introduce a level of risk to the process, which I sometimes don't like to take.
Speaking there. Yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm Wes. Pleasure to meet everyone here. Speak up like this. Yep. Okay, cool. So today I'm going to take you through staking and farming, where you will be earning a residual income, depending on what you do and how you do it.
I'm sure you do
explain that today. Sorry,
you do it.
I do it quite a bit.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'll take you through that.
Amazing. And we'll go around the room.
Jason, I am doing some staking right now. I've got several of my coins staked, but I haven't been too successful on the return. I think in 2 months, I've got like 350 Luna staked, and I only got like 1.5 Luna returned after 2 months. So I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, or if I heard something about ballooning. Or something, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to be like so good of a return so far. So, okay, just curious why. Okay.
Hi everyone, my name's Quab. I haven't done any staking or yield farming, but my friend recently just mentioned it to me, and kind of heard about this meeting, so I thought, I'd come down and see what it's all about.
I'm Tyler from Canada, and I'm just a crypto beginner, so yeah.
Sean from Australia. I understand staking, although I haven't staked anything yet, and yield farming is completely new to me.
Hi everyone, my name is Tanya. I'm from here, Indonesia. I'm very new at this, so I haven't done really like anything. So yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Leona. I'm new here, so not much knowing about it.
Hey, I'm Jonna. I also have no idea what staking and farming is, so curious to learn.
My name is Jonas. I'm joining the sofa of beginners here.
Hi, I'm Duke. I've not been involved in staking or yielding, but I know what it is. So I came at a good time today to learn more about it. Awesome. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shafi. Yield farming, not so much. I was involved heavily in staking early on in crypto, but to be honest, I moved away from it based on my personal risk reward scenarios on some of those projects.
Hi everyone, my name is Maria. I'm beginner of crypto. I don't know anything about crypto, so I would love to know more. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Fabrice. Yeah, staking is very interesting on specific projects like this, and yield farming, I've experienced a little bit in and out on Aave and all of that, but I'm not, yeah, I haven't been really deep in that, so that's why I'm very curious to learn from you guys on that.
Hey, my name is Chance. I would consider myself a farmer. I'm across many ecosystems in yield farming. I wouldn't consider myself a pro, but I've definitely been leaning heavily, like maybe 50 or 60% of my portfolio in yield farming, and better ones like Aave, but also in like some more riskier plays around crazy percentages, and liquidity providing and all this stuff. So yeah, I'm actually really curious to see what you're up to. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Michael. Not so much yield farming. Stockbroker friend from New York told me about a staking coin. I got in. I don't know really how it works. I bought 10 of them, and just yesterday, now I have 41 of them. When I bought them, they were $300. Now they're $1,100, and that's just in staking. So it's Olympus DAO, OHM, and my friend told me this is like a could be a scam, but it's a scam that not a scam. How do you call the other word? It's not a scam, but a Ponzi scheme, but some Ponzi scheme that really works. So anyway, it's interesting. So I'm gonna, yeah, I mean,
All Ponzi schemes work.
until they don't. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Connor. I've been yield farming, DeFi, Degen farming, all of it. I've done a fair bit of time on all of these things. High risk, high reward to the lower stakes, much more easy, less reward kind of stuff. So I know a fair bit about this.
Hi, I'm Mandy. Very new to crypto still. I have some of my coins staked, although I like to keep most of it liquid because I like to take risks.
Hi, my name is Pierre. Yeah, staking, of course, it's something, you know. Yield farming is a very interesting subject. That's what I'm here for today.
Hey, I'm Rowan, and just the same.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I've been staking on a couple of platforms, namely Nexo and Luna, and I've been doing pretty well with airdrops from Luna. The only disadvantage that I find is that you got a 21-day lock, which can be a little frustrating. But I know absolutely nothing about farming.
Thank you. All right, so now we're going to pass it off to Wes. He's going to just take us through it. He's the best in the West.
Take it easy on me.
Tight pockets, bro.
Yeah, I know. Bad. Cool. I wish you were joining me on this one.
Oh, I'm definitely doing it.
Okay, cool. Because anything I'm missing, you're saying.
No, I'm definitely. I always chime in. I never shut up. That's something just casting. Why would we do
No. We're just having some technical difficulties, but HDMI 2. Do you want me to change it to HDMI 4?
No, this is
good. No? Okay.
Okay, and what are we doing? It is. All right, and we're back. And we're back again. So what are we looking at?
No reverberations, that's good. No, let's go to the AI on the bottom there. Adobe Illustrator. Yep, cool. So I don't know if everyone can see that. Everyone can see, perfect, no worries. All right, so we're going to go on a few subjects here today. I mean, the first thing is, if we get that back up on the screen. Yep, cool. So what is staking and farming? So just like a bank, when you put it into your savings account, like a gold saver or whichever the case that you have, you can earn interest off of what you have. So staking is basically the same way. You're staking your crypto into an account, a subsidiary account from another, let's say, company or crypto asset, and then you're getting a return from that, a percentage. Now, the percentage generally is a lot better than a bank, whereas in a bank, generally these days give you around about 2 to 4% interest on a yearly basis. In these staking platforms, you can get ridiculous amounts. Sometimes you can get 100%, other times 60%, and other times 1,000% and 3,000%. I've seen it go up to like 6,000% at times, and it's probably a lot more. However, those percentages are definitely risky if you're going to go that high. There are platforms which has been around for a very, very long time, and they also, because they've been around for a very long time, they're a lot more safer than some of the risky projects that are coming out now. There's always going to be rug pulls, rug pull meaning when they close down their platform and take all your money. So you've got to be very, very careful on where you put it or where you don't put it. Obviously, we've got another person here who's happy taking the full risk, but he's probably going to go in and get out as quick as possible when he's taking those kind of risk.
So like, just to describe, like, where are these magic coins coming from? What does staking do, and what does yield farm?
Okay.
If you want to please just give it.
Sorry, what does staking do?
Like, what is staking? What is staking?
Well, basically, it's just earning an interest from that. I mean, go ahead.
So
yeah, explain.
The way crypto works is, you have cryptocurrency is run on a bunch of computers that are running the blockchain, right? Or running different versions of decentralized ledgers, right? Bitcoin works by proof of work, which is literally it's solving a problem and it does the work. And the more of the work that gets done, the more energy that gets added into doing that work, the more Bitcoin is mined. Ethereum, well, right now is proof of work. It's going to switch to proof of stake. And there's many of these platforms where you're staking. You're actually, what you're doing is you're giving your crypto to a node, to maybe a group that takes your crypto and it puts it into a pool on a node. What it's saying is the way that system is secured is the more crypto they have in that pool, the more likely they are to actually process transactions, right? And that is proof of stake. The more stake you have, the more proof you have that you have a bigger stake in the system, the more reliable you are as one of the processors of those transactions. Then the fees are paid on those transactions, and those fees are what you get when you stake crypto. So when you say, where is it coming from? It's coming from you securing the network by giving your crypto to this pool, and then you earn the transaction fees that are on that crypto, right? So that's where that's coming from. Yield farming, I think I understand it, but it's still like a little bit out there for me, because some of the yield farming, it's like for example, we're going to talk about cake. Cake is printed out of thin air and given to you, right? There's many other ways that the yield farming is done. I don't know if you know anything, or if you want to touch on, like, if you guys know any other ways that the yield that you're earning is given to you. But as far as I know, the main part of yield farming is done from platforms where it's printed and then it's given to you because you're actually giving them liquidity to be able to lend to other people. If that's right. I don't know if that's right. Yeah.
No, it's a much better answer than I can give you. No worries. Done. we're going to go to the next one. Is it safe? And I've written there, obviously the simple answer is no, nothing in this world is safe, no matter what you do. Wanted to touch base on the Ponzi scheme as well. So for me, everything is a Ponzi scheme. I mean, whether it's fiat, whether it's crypto, so you're definitely, yes, without a miss. Now going on to the next one, why would I invest this way? And is it better than trading or hodling your crypto? So as we all know, I mean, hodling the crypto works. It definitely works without a miss. But if you're on a safer platform like PancakeSwap, for instance, then I guess hodling while you're staking, you're earning a passive income at the same time, you're earning more cake. Now you can actually buy cake and put it into PancakeSwap for more cake. So that's one way of doing it. There are other ways, but we're going to get to that in a second. Now, why should I invest this way? That was one of the reasons. And another one also is that if you're a trader, like myself, what I do is I buy cake. Let's say right now I've been buying it at $17 and I want to hold it till it gets to about $19 and I can sell it. So then when it goes back down to 17, I can rebuy it, etc., etc. But what I do is I buy my cake and then I park it in PancakeSwap and earn that residual cake as it's at 64% per annum. So if I have to wait for a month, for 2 months for it to go back down, so be it. I mean, as long as it's going up, it's fine, right? And then as soon as I believe that it's gone to a level where it's high, I can see Bitcoin dropping, I sell. Bitcoin drops, I buy. There is no locking period, no. I mean, there are some platforms that have, like you said, the 21-day, but not this one at all whatsoever. Cake's been around for a long time. It's been part of Binance as well for so it's one of the most safest places you can park your money. Although it does give you a small percentage, which is around about 60 to 80% per annum on whatever coins that you are staking for.
60 to 80% is small.
Yeah, very, very small. Yep.
Since we're not playing the game of making just more dollars, because they're printing more dollars, so you have to literally make more dollars than they print just to beat the inflation rate. We're playing the game of making more assets. And that's the beauty of staking. It literally gives you the asset cake, right? And if one cake is going to go up in value at some reliable rate over the long term, then the more of it you earn, the more exponential that growth curve goes. And you're beating, no matter how much the inflation of the money supply is, the increase in your assets will always ride that wave, right? So you're not earning dollars, you're earning crypto, cake, or Luna, or whichever one you're staking. And that's where, when you're earning, say, like 1 or 2, and you think like, well, that doesn't seem like much, you compound that over a long period of time with the fact that the actual dollar denominated value of that asset is going up over the years. It really adds up over the long term. Imagine it was Bitcoin. Imagine, you got 1 Bitcoin back in the day and you're like, well, I'm getting 1 or 2 Bitcoin. Today it'd be, a significant chunk of change. And 10 years from now, it'd be millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's definitely one way of doing it. Now, before we go to how do I set this up, I need to sort of explain as well. Like I said, you can get cake for cake, but on the cake platform, you can also get other different coins. Now, I remember when I first started, I used to only go for cake because that's what I knew. And I had a friend of mine who's been in staking and farming since the very, very beginning. And I was always wondering why he never gets cake for cake. And I asked him the question one day and he said to me, Wes, he goes, you can make so much more money if you don't get cake. And I said, well, what are you talking about? And he said to me, well, I'll give you a good example. So PMON. PMON is like a gaming token that you can get, and you can stake your cake to get PMON tokens. And those were worth practically nothing. And he said to me, I'm getting in early. No one knows about it. It seems like the most shittiest coin that you can possibly get, but it's one of those most stupidest things, but people are probably going to enjoy gaming and they're probably going to enjoy getting into this. And sure enough, I mean, it's worth $16 today and it was worth cents back in the days. So he put his cake in, he got, I don't know, a few hundred PMONs, And then all of a sudden one day it was worth 16 and I was seeing him taking out thousands of dollars and I'm like, really? So this is exactly what you can do on the Cake website. What I might do is, can you open up Cake just to show? It's not airdrops. Give me 2 seconds.
So the question is that equivalent to airdrops on Luna? Airdrops are when you're holding one coin, like Luna, and the new coin gets launched on that platform or something adjacent where they determine that whoever's holding X amount of Luna will get X amount of this new coin, right? That's just, it's literally the creation of a new coin. This, he's saying that you can stake Cake, which is Pancake Swap. I can buy Pancake Swap. I can put it into a platform and say, here is my, let's say, $1 million of Pancake Swap, so that you can lend it to other people or do whatever decentralized finance products you need to serve with it. And then I will give you PMON, right? So he's saying, if I put up $1 million of Cake and I earn 60% per annum in Cake, and Cake is worth $10, $17, I would earn that amount of Cake. But if I earn PMON, which is not worth very much at all right now, I would earn, first of all, a higher percentage of it because less people are putting liquidity in. So it's a higher reward for you to get it back. And secondly, since it's so small, its growth from cents to dollars would actually expand my value basically more than just Cake expanding. So it's not an airdrop. It's literally you getting these tokens for giving your money to somebody else to play.
There is 2 different types there called auto cake, manual cake, and by the way, I'm not trying to sell you cake. So this is just to show you an example, but you can go on to any other platform you like. So auto cake has 74.88% per annum. Obviously, if you put it in there, that's what you're going to get at the end of the year. It does go up and down. So the average has always been about 80%. Okay, from what I've seen for a very long time. Manual cake, you do get less, as you can see on the APR, but you're not locked in for a certain amount of time without getting extra charges. Go ahead.
If you want to do this, you have to go to pancakeswap.finance. If you go into Google and you type in PancakeSwap, it's likely that you're going to get a phishing ad from hackers who are trying to get you to go to another place and give them your PancakeSwap. This is the wild world of DeFi. If you want to play in this world, you can make one mistake and give all your assets away to the wrong people. So go to pancakeswap. I'm not saying you should do this. You shouldn't do this because, like, I don't even do it. But pancakeswap.finance, put a bookmark which saves that so you don't go to Google and type it in.
Just click on my BSC, yeah. So the other thing to do is once you've done that too, is save it. So that way you don't always have to go.
These are all your Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah, so I'm staking off of all of these. So this is my second account. So I've got 2 accounts. Another story. So so anyway, and then there's some things like SPS, for instance. I mean, I've earned quite a bit off SPS. I mean, since I've started staking it. Obviously, you can't see anything on the second account because I don't have any cake here. All my cake is in my first account. Nonetheless, so these are the ones, if you can scroll down a little bit more, you'll see there's quite a few other different coins that you can get, all different APRs, and it goes up and down. So if you can get into some of these coins as well from the very beginning as Cake launches it. And by the way, just so you know, Cake actually does a vetting program. So basically, they do not put really shit coins on this. I can introduce you guys to someone from Cake maybe next week, who can give you a bit more of a rundown on Cake specifically as well if you want. Her name is Jess. She lives here in Bali at the moment, but she will be leaving soon. So anyway. No, it's actually Jess. Her name is Jess. Yeah. Amazing girl, knows a lot. She makes a lot of money from crypto too. But anyway, so as I was saying, you can keep scrolling down. You can see there's quite a few different types. Hero's another one as well. that I stake for. I mean, Hero's a gaming one. If you actually click on that, yep, just click on that. Run down. So obviously you can view the project site. So it opens up and it gives you a little bit of a rundown about it, so you can actually research every project that you actually go into. And then my suggestion too is to open up the Telegram of Hero or whichever one that you're going to be staking, have a read about it, see if you like it, check the white paper. The white paper is always, go back up to the top. The white paper is always going to be at the top there. You can have a read about that and then check out what it is. Then also, it's great to be into groups that also do staking and farming, and also into groups that do gaming. Because if you're in those discords that do gaming, I mean, you can see how much interest is on there. If all of a sudden you see 10,000 people jumping into this discord, I'm going hard at this. I'm going to throw all my cake into Hero, you know, and I'm just going to earn as much as possible right now. And that's just staking part. But if I saw 10,000 people jump in, I'm probably going to take some money out of and just buy it as well. So I'm getting double the amount because I can see the interests that are coming in. Same like Axie Infinity. I mean, that was a really, really big one. You saw this Discord just go boom before the coins went boom. Obviously, if a lot of people are jumping in on it, you know exactly what's going to happen next. So anyway, let's cross back out to PancakeSwap. Okay, cool. Now, to actually start staking, I mean, this is on the BSC platform. There are different ones, obviously, as you know, Polygon. There is a whole heap of different ones, and I'm mostly staking on BSC and on Polygon network. So those are my two main ones. Go ahead. Sure.
When he's saying he stakes on the BSC platform, he means that the coins that are being staked are run on the blockchain. That's the Binance Smart Chain blockchain. That's the Binance blockchain run by Binance, right? You have to buy tokens that are run on that blockchain, or at least compatible with that blockchain. The network that you're going to be using is going to be BEP20, right? And then you would connect your wallet to PancakeSwap, and then you would come here and be able to stake those tokens. But this whole ecosystem is the Binance ecosystem, and that's why the Poly ecosystem is a different ecosystem, because it's like, you know, BSC is the Binance internet that runs all the tokens that Binance runs. Poly is the Polygon internet that technically runs everything that Ethereum runs. Am I right about that? Yeah. Right. And so just understand the networks. If you don't understand the networks, please go learn about that.
Understand the network. My suggestion is to start on BSC. Full stop. Because it's a lot more safer. Sorry. Start on BSC. Yeah, without a miss. I mean, at least then you can learn. It's more safer. Use Cake. I know it's low yielding, but at the end of the day, it's a lot safer in comparison. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Sorry? You suggest starting on BSC? Yes, starting. Yeah, just to learn. Afterwards, I mean, you can, once you learn exactly what it is and how it works, and you can research the products. I mean, even in this, like I said, they do a vetting program, so they don't just put any shit coins on there. They actually go through them and see if it's a shit coin, and they know that you're going to get rug pull. They're not going to put it on there for you. So at least they do that as a start. There's nothing guaranteed, but at least you know while you're learning, you're not going to lose a lot.
Their contracts are renounced.
Sorry?
Their contracts are renounced.
They go through all the contracts and they go through who they are, what they do, and everything else. And then most of them actually get denied to be put on Pancake. And like I said, I've got someone here from Pancake that can go through that, and I chat with her about that all the time. So, and I'm like, okay, great. So this is good. Whereas if you're going to go into, like, let's say ApeSwap, for instance, or any other ones, they can put anything. So if you just make a coin, you can call them up and say, hey, I want to put it on there. They'll just, yep, cool, done. Put it on, and then you decide, okay, well, I'm closing this down, and see you later. Everyone's time is gone. You might not lose the bananas from ApeSwap, which is the token of ApeSwap, but you'll definitely lose the time that you've put in.
Okay, so you're defining the safety between the ApeSwap versus a BSC that's built
Well, no.
versus BSC versus Ethereum, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah. So like,
Well,
when you-
cake in
yeah,
particular.
securities. No, sorry. Yeah, I think that like to your point, security is a subjective thing in this space. You are taking an enormous amount of risk to go play with this stuff. So do not do it with your entire portfolio. I'm sure that's a recommendation from all the experts. Liquidity wise, how much actual money is there? For me, that's security. When there's a lot of wealth sitting there, that secures the network itself, and that means that other people have vetted the whole process. Most of the DeFi is still running through Ethereum. Ethereum is the safest platform to do it through, but it's more complicated, right? Pardon? Which one? Gas fees are ridiculous on Ethereum. Exactly. For sure. But I'm just saying, like, the one way of looking at security is how much money is sitting there, and you'll pay way more for it. But it's making sure that you actually won't. If there's hundreds of billions of dollars of other people's money sitting there, then it's much less likely to go away, right? But as far as but at the same time, the fees are super high on it. Each transaction you can pay up to like $50-$75 on a transaction. Binance Smart Chain is safe in the first of all, PancakeSwap is safe because it has like I think 10 billion or something last I checked that's sitting on there. That's a significant amount of money. Secondly, it has Binance's reputation attached to it. Binance is the biggest exchange. They're really careful about who they bring into their ecosystem because multiple hacks and rug pulls happening. And rug pull is literally they pull the rug out from underneath your feet, where they just take your money and run away with it. So the more of those that happen on PancakeSwap or in the Binance ecosystem, the worse it looks for Binance. So I think that's the kind of security point that you're saying. For me, honestly, this was the simplest place to do it. This is what I did it. And it was like, if I can, at that time I was earning 100% for PancakeSwap. And it was just a simple, seamless place to do it and the safest place for a beginner. Now, this entire DeFi space is a risky space, so please take that with
No worries. Now we're going to get to the point where we're going to go into, what we were looking at before. So if we just click on back to the pools, this is called single coin staking. So basically you put your cake in, you get one coin back. And do a little tutorial. Sorry? I can. I'll do that on the next part. But yeah, I've got no cake in this one, so I'll do that on the next platform. That's okay. So so you just put some cake into this, and then so this is the total staked amount of cakes, as we can see here, the amount of people that have put it in. Sometimes as well, you can actually see if there is a lot more cake. Like let's say, for instance, that's got 2 million cakes been put into that for beta. So it's very, very popular. So normally what I would do, I would click on this, I would go into the project site, I would look at the team, obviously on who's doing this, where the team comes from. Obviously you don't have to go through all of this. I mean, you can just accumulate, you know what I mean? Like you just see something popular or something really unpopular. Those are the two things that you can just put your cake in, park it in there, just accumulate as many coins as possible. And that's the whole concept to it, okay? Again, because you have a wallet, the one that I use is MetaMask, and MetaMask actually works with pretty much all of them. What I would do every time I get a new coin, I would add that to MetaMask. So just down the bottom there, and if we just click onto this, click onto that. And like I said, this is my second account, and this is some accumulations. It's not popping up at all. Okay, strange. Can you just try? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Forget about the Matic there. Sometimes MetaMask, like if you're going back and forth constantly, sometimes it will actually show Polygon rather than BSC. But as long as you check up here, you'll see that it says BSC. If you click here on assets, scroll down a little bit. Yep, cool. Now, what you'll see is everything that's been staked, as long as you've added it to your MetaMask, it will show up here. I normally hold that in this particular wallet for this second what is it called? Because I've got another account. This is my second account. So this is just to show you obviously what you can get. Keep scrolling down. There's so many different types of coins, as you can see here. And I generally on my second account, I get anywhere between 100 and 200 coins, and then I just let it sit there. And how I check that afterwards would be 2 different platforms. So the first one is called Yield Watch. Click on that for me. Yield Watch, this one here. Yep, perfect. So if you scroll down, you can see here is ApeSwap. At the moment here, I've got $435 in this, which I've got 250 bananas, which is the token of ApeSwap, like cake is for PancakeSwap. And I'm earning 84% APR on that. Since Monday till today, I've earned $10.21, okay, just in that alone. Scroll down, ApeSwap also has another one called Gnana, which is golden banana, and it's worth a little bit more, but you do lose a little bit out of this as well if you do resell it. So I've got 1.34K, which is 1,300 bucks. I've earned $14.92 from that since Monday, and I've got an extra 5 land. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I've been staking for land from Gnana's. Now, land is actually a really, really, really good one. I ended up, so I'm going to give you the prices on this one in particular. So I purchased land as it came out, and I didn't get it pre-order, unfortunately, but when I did get it, I put $500 in it. And I saw that thing go to about $2,000, okay, from 500 bucks. And then I saw this on ApeSwap, and I just decided, well, I'm going to throw a lot of my Gnanas at this because I can actually see that there is something great going on here. What land is, so if we go into it, is basically they're going to be purchasing houses in America. They're going to be doing 2 things with it. So first of all, renting it out and wait for the land to go up in price, obviously, and the house to go up in price. And you get a dividend from that. So as it goes up, your tokens go up and you get paid from your dividends from your rentals. The other thing they're going to do is they're going to purchase houses, fix them up, sell them. So it's called flipping, and they flip houses, and you can put money into that as well, and just you get it. So, and land, as we all know, has immense potential, you know, for 2,000 years of accrued wealth. Yeah, we can do this.
So you're saying that you're financing people. You're saying that you're financing people who are going to buy and sell houses or buy and flip houses in other countries.
Yes.
It's like a hard money lender.
Yes, basically.
Tokenized. So remember how Sim last week talked about everything that is going to be tokenized. So they're tokenizing houses. Yep, they've already started doing that. There's a couple of platforms that are doing it. This is one of them that I've been, trying to get as many as I possibly can. So just so you know, now my land is worth, from $500, it's actually worth $2,700. So I checked it just yesterday. So obviously it goes up and down. We can actually open that up as well. Give me 2 seconds just to show you.
What's the seller percentage?
It's 150% APR, so 150% for staking it. Sorry? Oh, when I sell it, I mean, look, like I said, I bought it for 500, and then if I sell it yesterday, if I sold it yesterday, I could take out $2,700.
But didn't you say there was a fee when you sell?
No.
You said Gnana had like some kind of...
Oh, Gnana, yeah, no. So it's Gnana, you lose 30%. But I'm not going to sell my Gnanas. My Gnana gets an amazing coin.
It's a golden banana.
Yeah. But you just hold on to the Gnanas. I mean,
that's the ultimate hold sell percentage.
It is. However, you can also use the Gnanas to get more bananas, and you can only convert the bananas to Gnanas if you really want to stay on ApeSwap. Otherwise, go ahead.
Why is it all based around food? Why is it all cake and bananas and bakeries?
It's not all
sushi. It's all food. Is that I heard that's like a fuck you to the
Well, that's all
banks.
changing. We're going into animals and everything now. So it's, yeah, we'll
that's
definitely
good.
get to that as well.
Everybody loves cake.
This, but let's go with so BSC. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now we've land. I'm accumulating more, as you already know, from ApeSwap, and I'm also accumulating more staking the land. So whatever land I purchased, now I've got 776 land. Today it's worth $2.86. Yesterday was worth $3 something. But nonetheless, if we look at, there you go. So this is the APY at the moment, but I was, until 3 days ago, they changed it to a V2, but the V1 was 150% APR throughout the whole time that I had it. So originally I had 500, I guess 500 land. Now I've got 776.
Just quickly touch on the TVL. Total value locked.
You go, you touch base on that. Yeah.
So one good way to, like for me at least, to look at the security of a protocol is how much money is sitting there. You know, as a fundamental guy, that determines for me how much is somebody else's skin there. And those people will have probably done a lot of vetting process to make sure that, you know, this is something legit. TVL is total value locked. That's a great metric to check for the protocols. Like if this is a new protocol and there's like $5,000 locked, and you're going to go and lock $100,000 on it. Now you've taken 99% of the risk, or 90 something percent of the risk of that protocol. If they rug pull you, they're taking mostly your money. PancakeSwap has billions of dollars on it. So if you go put $100,000, you're taking on this like small amount of risk. Even if somebody wanted to rug pull PancakeSwap, they would have to sell a ton of Pancake, and you would at least have time to be able to react. So total value locked is a great, for me at least, is a great way of looking at the security of it.
Yep. So if we just scroll, show this one as well. So on the left-hand side here, so this is the house, the first house that they've actually purchased. It's $340,000 in the States. Before we actually had a little bit more detail, but if we can actually just go to the question mark here, just see if we can see more detail now. So because they're going to the V2, they've been changing quite a few things, but before you, okay, well, that's okay. Yeah, that's all right. All right, get off that. So,
What state is this?
Sorry?
What state is this house?
I'm not too sure which state, but I know it's in the United States. I can't remember the exact state that it's in.
Is that information available?
The information was available beforehand, but they're going through a few different things here at the moment with the government in terms of this part, because they only want Americans to be able to purchase that part. Which is the houses, yep.
So you're basically renovating a house without the square.
I guess, yeah, in a way, yes.
In order to invest in tokenized securities in the US, you have to be an accredited investor within the US, or you have to follow regulations which make sure that you stay below a certain limit, and you have to use like crowdfunding regulations. The way these guys are doing it, they're probably looking for significantly more liquidity than is required under those regulations. So the US is probably going to come after them and tell them, you have to register, which takes the cost of the operations to a super high level. That's why tokenization is being held up in most places. Whenever there's a tokenized asset, the investor who's investing, the investor's residential jurisdiction applies to investing in that asset. And that's probably the issue that they're having with this, but I'll do some research on it.
Cool. But this also tells you, I mean, obviously you can park your BUSD into this, and your BUSD will earn which is a stable coin, by the way, and it earns a 47.5% per annum. And that's actually calculated from the rental to how much they believe it's going to go up. Obviously, they get someone to come in.
On USD?
Yes. So, yeah, yearly. Yep. Yearly. Sorry? Well, yeah. I mean,
can you remortgage your house and park your stablecoins in there?
Yeah.
No, that's not a good idea.
No.
We just said this is an extremely risky venture. You surely could. I mean, we can see that there's
Yeah, there's half a, is that 511,000?
Yes.
Because it's 511.5K. So yeah, it's $500,000 staked in there. If you're gonna put your house, which is probably worth half that, or you remortgage your house and put half that value in there, you just took 50% of the risk of this protocol. I know all of.
I'm not saying it's just this protocol. I'm talking about like different ones.
I mean,
Like some probably are safer.
I mean, I don't recommend remortgaging your house and doing any of this stuff, but I would if I had a house.
Why have to say things like that? Like, I don't recommend it, but I certainly would if I had.
Well, I can hear a few people are actually interested in this particular one, so I might talk a little bit more about this particular one then if that's the case. Now, I've been watching the Telegram, and I've also been watching a lot of people from like Turkey who are very interested in this project, Pakistan and all that kind of stuff, and they're just getting into crypto really hard at the moment. And so in the Telegram, I've been seeing a few people wanting to open up Telegram groups for Landshare, and what's been happening is the devs and the actual owners of this particular platform have said, no, we want to grow slowly. We don't want something that's going to pump up and then everyone obviously just dumps. Like if you dump 500,000 in there, I'm definitely going to sell. I'm telling you right now. No, so this is different. I mean, this is the governance tokens. This is for the actual platform itself. Yep, and then this one here is for the house. So obviously there's 43,000 in the $340,000 house. Obviously that's going up slowly. I mean, people are starting to find out who Landshare is, but they don't want to get too big too quick because obviously they want to know that that TVL is going to be humongous. People aren't going to dump, and then obviously they're going to try and maybe do a locking thing as well. Sorry? Well, that's going to be another different type. So this particular one, they're not going to sell. So they're going to have houses where they purchase and you're just going to earn dividends every single month from the rental, and obviously every year from it going up in price. But your token will probably go up in price rather than, so obviously little bits by little bits, but the flipping one is different. So the flipping one will have, like, let's say, for instance, they purchase a house and they say, we're going to renovate this, it's going to cost this much, because they've already gotten people to come in here and say, okay, it's going to cost $20,000 to renovate this. So then they're going to pay the guys, they're going to come in, they're going to do all that while you guys are putting your money in. And then then they're going to say, look, average time might be 3 months. So you've got your money there in 3 months, and let's say they've bought the house, everything spent for 300,000, and they make another 100,000 on it. Then that 100,000 gets split up on how much you put in, divided. So basically, yeah, it's the same like if you were to go with me and 50-50 on flipping a house. We've made 100 grand, that's 50K each, but it all depends on how much you put in, obviously. So on the percentage.
How do they make the money that they're putting into the house accountable to where you can see exactly where the money is going and how it's being spent?
Well, that's so that's future. It's not yet been done, but from what they said is that they're just going to obviously do the white paper, explain to you, all the little differences of flipping that house, which they've already done part of that. And but once they've got that, obviously they're going to say which company they've hired for doing the renovations, or I mean, they might get like about 5 or 6 different types of companies to come in and do a quote. Obviously, because if you've got the governance tokens, then you're going to be able to vote on which company you want to go for. Obviously, then you can research that company. You can say, oh, these ones have done some dodges, their reviews are no good, but they are the cheapest. I don't want that. And the whole group of people are going to vote with the governance tokens and say, yep, we want that done with this house, and voila. But if you've just put your money directly into the vault here, the left-hand side, you're not going to be able to vote on that. So that's why I'm trying to get as many of the other side as I possibly can, the governance tokens. Cool. Is that answer? Yep, perfect. Great. Yeah, go ahead.
The APR rate is still yearly, right? So you can earn 47%.
Yes, yeah. So if you put,
take it like every day.
yeah, you can pull it out at any time. Whenever I've pulled it out, I've had no fees apart from my gas fees that come from my MetaMask, which is, by the way, Sim explained that on the last meeting that you need to have BNB inside that MetaMask because it's going to charge you gas fees. Okay, so you need to have that. Go ahead.
And just to touch on the APR and APY, APR is when you earn interest only on the initial principal that you invested for the whole year. APY is when you earn interest on the interest. It's compounded interest. So like, there's regular payouts. And once you get paid out the interest, the next interest is calculated on the total amount, including the interest. So it's APY compounds, APR does not compound.
And yep. Any other questions? Yep, go ahead.
Is this affected by, is your profit stuff affected by the economy and or?
Sorry, mind just
Definitely.
speak into that. What was your question?
I was asking if the profits of this depended on the economy and if or homeowners or renters are at risk of anything.
I mean, you're still subjected to everything that's going on around you. Obviously, if we had another global financial crisis like 2008, that price of 340,000 is going to drop. And yep, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go on. Finish.
Sorry?
So I want to ask, like, how do you find this stuff? How do you find these protocols? But how do you research? Like, where are these things listed? Is there a resource where they list all of these DeFi things?
So first of all, I mean, this particular one I found on a gaming, so I've got a gaming degen group where they game and some of them make like, I don't know, $60,000 a month or whichever the case, just gaming on crypto. And they've like spent $90,000 just investing in it and then make their money back very, very quickly. So, and all of a sudden I remember them pointing out Landshare. And they said, buy this, it's coming out today. You can buy it on ApeSwap. So I thought, yeah, stuff it. I'm going to buy $100. And then eventually I ended up spending another $400 after I researched what it was about. But every time they post up something in that group, and Connor's in that group as well, wherever he is, yeah, he can tell you that group is amazing. But if they mention something, I'm just going to buy 100 straight away, 100 tokens of whatever it is. And then after that, after I research it, if I feel that it's definitely going to make more money, yeah, without a miss, I'm going to purchase more. And then obviously if I can stake for it for free while I'm parking, waiting for my bananas to go up in price, why not? You know, so there's multiple ways of making money and you can just pump it in all different ways. Yep. Cool, no worries. Done. I may as well show you exactly how I withdraw and everything else. So this particular one, for instance, can we just close that up again? There should be a compound button. So just, okay. So first of all, I mean, if you are going to go on this particular site, I would always hit compound first. So since Monday, I've earned 5.84 out of my 773, which then you would say that's 5.84 times $2.91. Obviously, it's a decent sum of money since Monday. I mean, for just a $500 put in. Anyway, so let's compound that. So my 776, so we'll go more high in a second. Now, so that's opened up my MetaMask. So this is my, forget about the fact that it says Matic, it's actually BNB. Okay, so 0.001094 is my gas fee. So
wait, can you explain that? Why does it say Matic and how come it's BNB? That's confusing.
Because I flip over back and forth a lot, so sometimes it doesn't actually.
Oh, so it's actually spending BNB.
It's like a glitch.
Okay.
Yeah. I flip over constantly. Every day I'm bang, 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 bang. So anyway, scroll down on that, hit confirm. Yeah. And if you don't mind.
So that's why the transaction fees matter, because you're constantly doing transactions, and each one of those transactions you would pay a fee on the blockchain that you're running.
Yes, yes, bingo. No worries. And the other thing too also is I wait till I get a certain amount, at least $10 before I do it. Connor will be a little bit different. I mean, if he gets like $2, he'd bang it on because, I mean, he wants to look at the fact that he's going to get more percentage quicker because he's same like me, we're in accumulation stage and we don't look at the dollar value. We just look at how many tokens we can possibly get. And this is the thing that you need to change. And this is why I have no emotions in this at all whatsoever, because I look at this number not this number. Okay, I never look at that number. I mean, unless, of course, if that said like $10 there, then it'd be different. Then I'd be taking something out of it and then leaving the rest in there. For me as well, whatever initial investment that I put in, if it doubles, I just take my initial investment out. Again, no emotions because I've got my money back and now I'm just running on the money that I've made from them. So for me, if I lose that now, I'm not really too fussed because I've already taken out my $500 out. Okay, and I'll put it in something else. Cool. Now what we're going to do is just open up a new tab. Can we go back to BSC and then hit Ape Swap, which is the third one down. Yep. Now remember on the yield watch, it showed that the G-Nana was getting a lot of land. Now you will see this. Yep, so that's the G-Nana. I already know that I've got 5.35 now, which equals to $14.92. So I know that I've got 15 bucks in there. So now I want to compound that into the land too. So I'm just taking this step by step for all the newbies. So then that way you understand exactly how this process works as well. All right, well, let's go back to ApeSwap. Now what I want to do is I want to just hit, so scroll down actually. And you can see like G-Nanas get some of the best shit coins, let's call it, for the moment. And then your bananas get even shittier coins. These are the ones that, the G-Nanas are the ones that they actually vetted. And then the normal bananas, they don't vet, they just throw it on there and off you go. Now go up a little bit, hit staked. Perfect. So these are the only two that I'm staking for at the moment. Obviously, I'm getting 84% from banana to banana. G-Nana to land, I'm getting 167%, which is even higher than what I'm getting off land at the moment. Go ahead.
Why would you divide that between the two when one of them is literally twice the amount of APR, sorry. Why would you put whatever percentage you have in banana versus land when land is twice the APR of banana?
Okay, so what happens is when you purchase banana in the first place, let's say you purchased 100 bananas and you want to transfer into G-Nanas, you lose 30%. So which is, it goes down to $70. However, when you place it to get land, the value will stay at 100. It won't go down to 30%, but you do lose 30% if you sell the G-Nanas.
And also, there are tokens that will give you 1,000,000%, but the risk on those is ridiculous. So if there's one giving you 167% and it has 1 million staked, and the other one's giving you 83%, but it has 53 million staked, that reduces your risk profile an insane amount. Yeah.
You get to a certain percentage and then put it onto the next thing, but then you keep regenerating. So you're making more of that same native token on the platform. So you can take that native token and stake a certain amount. The more times you do that, the more options you have with your parameters.
Same like getting cake for cake. I mean, you know, you want to do that at the same time once you've got enough, and then obviously go for things that are shit. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So here is my initial investment on my second account for banana. So by the way, I put this in for you guys to see, you know, how this works and everything in my second account. Generally, everything's on my first account. So, but I took out a little bit just so that way I can show you how it all works and how I'm earning a residual income. So right now, obviously, I mean, just with banana alone, I've got 6.075 out of 250 that I've staked. So I've made $10 out of there. So I know these numbers don't sound like much, and there's some that I'm earning 5 cents here, 10 cents here, $5 here, $2 here, $10 there. But at the end of it all adds up, and then you could be earning quite a little bit of profit. But remember, you're not really earning it until you sell it.
Remember, you're not earning it until you sell it. Really remember that. You can make all it, like, you know, so the game is, of course, making more assets, which is the beauty of the system, that you're actually making more bananas. And for each dollar that the banana goes up, you get $1 value that comes in,
right? But you haven't made any money until you actually sell it. So I know one of the practices a lot of the DeFi people have is, like you mentioned, once you get value, you lock it into a safer asset. Like for me, XRP would be the one. For Wes, XRP is the one. But there's an asset that you accumulate, which for a lot of people is Bitcoin. For some people, it's Ethereum. But do think about, you take $500 of risk, you put it in, you make more of this asset, take out your $500 of risk, and put it into a safer asset, right? And that's how you now have $0 of skin in the game. But until you do that, you are on the hook for this thing. And it's not only rug pulls that cause DeFi to be a risky place. The standard function of DeFi is, okay, I'm putting up my own hard-earned money to earn a token that somebody just created and minted out of thin air, right? The point of whoever owns that token is to take out the money once they have more money. And when they take out money, they're going to take your money, right? And so that's where you have to understand that decentralized finance is simply the process of some people losing money and some people making money, right? That's always the game of finance. So make sure that you're securing your own risk in this process. Once you do make the tokens, like you mentioned, take out at least your initial investment and accrue an asset that you know is maybe going to earn you like 0%, or on Cardano on staking, you'll earn 4%. But in the end, at least Cardano is valuable on its own simply because of the function that it provides to society. And at the end, we'll talk about like risks on the macro scale for that.
Everyone has their own ways of doing things. I mean, Connor likes to make 3 times his value and then take out his initial investment. For me, I just, now he's changed it to 2 times because we went through a process on Polygon once, but we won't go into the details of that one. And we both lost a little bit. Should I? Okay. So, well, do you mind? Okay. So I'm going to blame Connor on this one, but we're going to go there. All right. So Connor researched this amazing project, and it is an amazing project. Unfortunately, the whales killed it for us, but we'll get to that point. So basically, it was called whatever name it was called at the time, but now it is called Darkseid. All right. So it's a Polygon project, and it is good. In the long run, this will probably be amazing. However, in the short run, what happened was I put 6.5 grand into it, kind of put whatever amount as well into it. And all of a sudden it jumped up to double the price. And it was great. And I thought, I'm just going to stick to what I know. I called up Connor and I said, hey, look, I'm just going to take out my initial investment. And he said, oh, really? I'm just about to double down. And I'm like, oh, okay. So if he's going to double down, then I started questioning myself and I thought, nope, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave the 6.5 grand in there. Obviously he doubled down and then the whales decided to pull out everything. So a mistake that we both made. I mean, and this is the risk that you take, but it sort of like threw me off when someone's doubling down on something that I'm about to take out.
Imagine it was this protocol, right? So to answer your question, for somebody to own most of that million is pretty easy. That's staked there. For somebody to own most of that 53 million is much more difficult. For somebody to own 9 of the billion that's on PancakeSwap is even more difficult, right? So that's where the risk comes in, where there could be somebody sitting on the sideline waiting for people to put money into these protocols. And once they hit a certain place, they're going to take most of the money around. And at that point, even if you try to sell, there won't be anybody buying it for you to be able to sell it to. Because when you make a sale, somebody has to be on the other side to buy it. So that's where, make sure you're taking this thing with a grain of salt. It's the magical world of being able to mint money out of thin air. It's not going to last very long. It's one of the best opportunities we've ever had. But if you walk into a den of wolves where they understand this game better than you, and you're going in, doubling down at the top and stuff.
But in all fairness, I mean, Connor did do the research, and then I went and had a look at it after it happened, and it is an amazing project. And unfortunately, it was people with money who just wanted to make more money, and that was about it, really, at the end of the day. So they didn't care about the project, but the project still looks good today. So I've kept my money in it for now. I mean, obviously, it's gone down to like $200, $300. So there's, it is what it is. It is a loss, and unfortunately, you can't do too much about it. I think Connor's out now, are you? You left? You left. I've left it in there. Sorry? Yeah. Yeah. So I think the moral of the story here is have a strategy and stick to the strategy of whatever you're going to be doing as well. So, and go ahead.
Well, what if you don't have a strategy? You shouldn't do things in life when you don't have a strategy. If you don't have a plan, please don't do it. Please don't mortgage your house.
Yes. Oh my God.
Once you double your money up, you take that out and you go delta neutral and you run it like that. And I was running that strategy for a while and it was working fantastic. It took a bit of time. I would take it out initially and take out chunks of profit until I got to that point and then let the rest run or sell it. But I think it's literally just taking out your money as it comes. If you don't have time to focus on DeFi and staking and commit to at least 30, 40 hours a week, really, to do this properly, I would say pancake swap. It's safe there. I've put tokens in there and I've come back a month later, didn't even look at it. It's still safe in there.
Much time you should put into this as well. So again, then we go not just risk reward, but we're also looking at time and reward. Now, I locked myself in a room for 2.5 months to learn crypto, and part of that 2.5 months was learning staking and farming and everything else as well. And when I say I locked myself in a room for 2.5 months, I really mean it. Gojek was my friend. Now, crypto's my girlfriend. Yeah, she gets a bit sometimes. Oh my God. Now, if I was to say the amount of time that I put into staking and farming now, it'd be 2 hours a week. So I just go in there, I claim. With a lot, yeah, with a lot of coins. Yep, I think, did you count all of them? No, yeah, so basically what I do is I just claim it, put it back in. So my strategy is I'm gonna wait for 4 years. So I'm just gonna accumulate as many of these coins as possible. I'm gonna wait for that, to be honest, go ahead. Do you want to say something?
So are you concerned about the regulatory space of DeFi changing? I am. Over those 4 years?
Not in those 4 years for me. I mean, like the timing that I've put on it, again, everyone thinks differently, but for me, I just initially thought, well, the bear market's going to come. Obviously, everything goes down. I'm just going to keep accumulating. I'm not actually going to change anything. All of this money is not my initial investment. This money is just whatever I earned or accumulated from my initial investment, but I've pulled everything out. So if they do rug pull on whichever one, or they take my money on this, I'm not really too fussed, to be honest. Yep. I'm also trading crypto on Binance, so that's different as well. Yep. That one I'll be pulling out before the bear market. Okay, so moving forward with this. In 4 years, I'm expecting everything to obviously, or 3 years. The Bitcoin halving is shortening, isn't it, at the moment? 2.5 years. Okay, so yeah, 2.5 years. I'm expecting all of this to just go pump, and as soon as that goes pump, and with all accumulation I've had within those 2.5 years, I'm going to be sitting pretty. If obviously the DeFi hasn't sort of just plummeted, but at the end of the day, like I said, this is what I called freeholding. I'm freeholding because I have got none of my money into it, really. It's their money that, as far as I'm concerned, and again, I have no emotions because as far as I'm concerned, it's their money and it's accumulating more of their money, and it's only my money when I take it out. So again, different ways of thinking, different perceptions. Everyone is going to...
basically without your money in a way, right?
Yes, bingo. Yeah. I mean, I could take out money now and make some money. And look, I mean, if worse comes to worse, I can always pull it out anyway. And yeah, right now, if I need it, but don't need it, so it doesn't matter. Yep, cool. So again, we're going to now go from ApeSwap. We're going to put it into our MetaMask, and from our MetaMask, then we're going to put it into our land. So that way, we're earning more interest from that 5.5 that you see there. So the 5.5, we're going to harvest it. Click on harvest. Yep, harvest it. Now we're going to get charged a fee for that. Now, because it's $10.38, is that right? Yeah. No, sorry. If we click on that one first. Sorry. Yep. So it's $16. So it's just gone up. It was $14.98, I think, before. Now it's at $16.18. So Landshare must have just gone up. So we're going to harvest that. So click on back onto the MetaMask there, and I'll just click it once. Cool. We're going to go down and we're going to confirm that. And by the way, just before we do confirm that, I do want to let everyone know to keep an eye on this particular gas fee. If you see it at 0.4 of a BNB, yeah, don't do it. Sorry? If you see 0.4 of a BNB, I mean, that's nearly half. Yeah, it's $200. That's a lot of money, if not more, actually, I think. Yeah, sorry?
I tried to buy something from MetaMask, and the gas fee was like $200.
Yeah, so I wouldn't accept
So
that.
I didn't buy it, obviously.
Reject that
So I'm
straight away.
trying to find another exchange to buy it, but I'm like, why does this even happen? I'm trying to buy like $600 worth, and it's $200 gas fee. Like, how does that even
So
exist?
you're trying to buy it through MetaMask?
I had MetaMask and Uniswap.
Yep.
Yeah, on each
Ethereum.
network.
So
Because
the computers that run Ethereum at that moment were being heavily used.
Yep.
Therefore, the cost for you to use the network at that time is $200 just to run a transaction. Yeah.
So I don't like that.
No.
And that's the reason why the
No.
DeFi people don't like Ethereum.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the ways that again, my approximation, the wealthier investors get to use the bigger platforms like Ethereum because they can afford the $200 fee to make a $100,000 transaction, whereas the average person doesn't get that, and that's why BSCA is a better recommendation.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
But the coin was only sold on that coin.
On that one, yeah. But yeah, you'd have to wait.
I didn't check the gas fee, and I bought that same coin. I was like, why don't I only have $400 in coins? Like,
Oh,
check.
yeah. Lessons learned.
The fees go up and down depending on how busy the network is.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's why the fees of a network is super important. Now, in that situation, would using Polygon have been some kind of a workaround that would have worked better?
I mean,
It was an option.
no, she's saying it's not an option for
Like
her.
when I
yeah.
like looked up the coin on CoinMarketCap, that was the only
To buy it off
option
the
it gave me.
Ethereum network. If that's the only place you can buy it. Yep. Yeah. So let's confirm this. I mean, it's not 0.4 or 0.2 of a BNB. What you'll see here, it says pending. So now it's waiting, obviously, to do that. Okay, there we go. It's already done. Let's go back to Landshare. So now that I've accumulated my Landshare tokens from my GNanas on ApeSwap, I can now go to hit max on this. Now it's on my MetaMask. And then obviously you'll see there it's 5.6020. Then we hit deposit, which is just there. Transaction pending, pay another gas fee. It's only cents anyway, so it's no issues there. So confirm. And voila, now we should have more deposited. Now, the other point that I need to make as well is if you're leaving, $15 worth of, so let's say 5 Landshare tokens on your ApeSwap, it's not earning anything. So it is best to actually take it out and then send it to that. Now, can we open up the AI? So what I've done here is I've just put some circles with some of the tokens that I've gotten, just to give you an example of what I've gotten from what. So with Cake from PancakeSwap, I got bananas from Cake itself. So I earned bananas through the single pool staking. I earned Wex as well. Now, Banana has actually gotten me Jaws. Wex has gotten me, Banana has also gotten me Waltex, Jaws, KRW, and Cake has actually gotten me more PMONs. I know I didn't line them all up, but I'm just giving you an example. So what I do with my PMONs is then I take it out and I put it onto the PMON platform, and I earn interest off of that as well. So what I do with my WEX, I put it onto the the Walt platform, and I take my Walt X and I put that onto the Walt platform, and I earn interest off of that as well. So I'm constantly doing it, and what you can see here is like a pyramid scale where everything I get, I'm just scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. Now this is the new ones that I've just gotten as well. So Kalis, Meow, Meow mean from a cat platform, no food. So Lorry is like a bird. It's a little Lorry bird. Yep, and we can actually go into that just to have a quick look at it. So if we go back onto the Google, yep. So hit BSC. And remember, so we can go on to, yeah, so give me a second. What we want to do is, let's go to AutoShark, for instance. So by the way, I got Jaws from ApeSwap and PancakeSwap, okay? So I accumulated a bit of Jaws, and with that one there, hit Ocean. Yep, and then scroll down. Oh, sorry, just wait for a second. So we'll just have to wait for that to load up. No. But if I see gaming ones, I'm definitely going, especially if no one is on it. I don't care. I'm just going to take it. And if it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't make any difference for me, because remember, a lot of these coins as well, like Cake, for instance, I'm actually trading them. So I'm parking my Cake there, accumulating more, but I'm just holding it and waiting for it to go up or down, like type of thing. So if it goes up, then I can sell it, and then when it goes back down, I'm buying more Cake, and then I'm parking it again while I'm waiting. And I'm very patient. A lot of people will sit there and watch and go, oh, it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. I don't do that. You know, if it keeps going up, I'll let it keep going up. But as soon as I see it start dropping again, I'll just sell it. And even if it goes up a little bit more, then I'll just wait. If I have to wait 5 months, 6 months, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, I can use that money and put into something else. I'll put into ApeSwap then, or whichever the case. So you're constantly accumulating. So right now I'm accumulating Brew, Nalis, and Meow. As you can see, I've accumulated $10 worth of Meow out of my free. So if you click that, click it, yep. So I've got 88 Meows, you know, from Jaws. Now I can harvest that, and I can actually go to Meow and then put it into that. So obviously it's like a rolling effect, you know, and I'm getting more and more and more and more and more as I go along. So $10 here, $10 there, $10 there. You've already seen, you know, probably about what, $50 already from just some of the things that I've gotten. $4 from this, 15 cents from this, et cetera, et cetera. So residual income is definitely, yep, go. So originally,
did you buy on MetaMask stakeable? Sorry, I'm just repeating your question. Yeah.
Okay.
So I use a lot of these staking platforms, and I'm happy to share that with the group on all the ones that I'm doing as well. So I can just say, hey, I'm getting Meow from Jaws at the moment, and I'll be staking Meow later. So I can just post that up. That's not an issue, and then you guys can decide to do it as well. But again, don't forget, take out your initial investment, and then you just getting more and more cash. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I missed the first part.
Sure.
When you download MetaMask, it says it will get all the information it wants from your computer, from all your private stuff. So do you have like a separate computer, separate browser that you only use for MetaMask? Or I just don't know if it's been like sketchy stuff happening. If I should be
Yeah, look, I
worried.
mean, for me, I mean, I haven't had any problems, and I don't know, you might be able to touch base more on that, because in the security side
This
of
is
things,
already complicated enough. I don't want to have to get a different computer with a different thing. Like,
Money on another exchange because they were able to get my password or my.
Agreed. Okay, so I think I know exactly where she's going with this one. Okay, perfect. So yes, you're right. There are particular sites which you can go on, and then they put a little something in there that they can take out all your BUSD. But the only thing that I've found that on so far has been on the gaming platforms, whereas in like Jay, lost quite a bit of money and everything else because they didn't see the fine print on there. I mean, obviously, I research quite a bit to make sure that they don't have those little things written in that smart contract. I do that, but I'm not perfect either, so one day I might miss something or whichever the case. So my suggestion is to have multiple accounts. So like I said to you, this is my second account. I've actually got 3 accounts on BSC. So my third account, actually, I put all the coins that I just want to hodl, I just shove it into the third one. So the first one, I do all my safe ones like Pancake, ApeSwap, and etc. etc. My second account, if it's a new account, yeah, like let's say new meow swap, I'll add it to that, and then I'll send my meows to there. I don't care, I'm paying an extra gas fee, to send it to my second account, but at least, you're safe, and you don't hold any USDT, USDC, BUSD. Don't hold any of those because those are the ones that they actually go for. And yeah, you're giving them permission if you hit that confirm button. Yeah, to do that. No worries.
But the extension is supposed to be more. At least that's my understanding. I've never had any issues.
No, I've never had any issues.
The extension is definitely more vulnerable. I've seen more issues with the extensions. Yeah, the browser extension. Yeah.
Sometimes said like get any information once my entire computer. When you read it, I've read it, just download it.
Yeah, and then I mean technically if you connect it to a site, then that site has access to your wallet. You're giving them access to your wallet. Right. So that's why this is a very dangerous place to be if you're a beginner and you don't understand the fundamentals like that. Right? Yeah. Like if
it's just spending a couple hours on YouTube and typing in what you're looking for, how do you keep your MetaMask secure? Get the information, listen to someone talking, and they'll explain all the different steps and things can go wrong and things can go right, and how to protect yourself. It's really important, I think. You're going to make a MetaMask, do this, you've got to look after your own security. It's crypto.
Yeah, and there's going to be little mistakes along the way. Like that's also part of the learning process. That's why until you're familiar with it, don't do it in a big way. Once you're familiar with it, it just becomes second nature, right? And that's also where, knowing, at least even having a resource like, you can ask Wes, like, hey, this platform, is it secure? Do you know anything about it? You can at least have people around you who can guide you through the process. Maybe they've done the research.
Sites and if I can accumulate. But the thing is, I try now and only accumulate from the ones that I've got. And I only research, so like, let's say for this one here, it says, view the contract and view the project site. So first off, I would look at the contract, I would go through it. We don't need to open that, but yeah, so you'd have a look at that. And then the other thing too is I'd open up the project site and I look at the white paper, read everything about it, and then have a look at the teams. And again, not everyone will know which teams are good, but you can research the particular person, what they had done before and what other crypto projects that they have been in before, whether they've been rug pulled or not rug pulled, etc., etc. Another thing too also is to keep an eye on so this is MeowSwap. We can do one on this as well. So now it's no longer food, it's just animals. So we've got Lorry, we've got MeowSwap and everything else. So hit the pulls.
They have pancakes there too. It's like on the table.
Yeah, you can, they do actually. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, hit the pulls.
That's a really good point. It's difficult to take this seriously, and it's meant to be like that. That this is created by tech people for tech people. So like, please don't, consider this to be a similar, just because you're earning an interest the same way banks do it, doesn't mean you think of this as a bank. This is a beta test that's going on when it comes to finances. And that's kind of my concern in this, that regulators are letting
scroll down a little bit so we can see.
So that later on, once we all get hurt from it, they can come on and say, see, you just need to take care of yourself because you did this stuff. So let us take control of this. That's kind of the thing that worries me on the longer term.
Yeah, it could be years on it. Should be years on it.
Yeah, so going back to what we were talking about from the very, very beginning as well, is that, or close to the beginning, so some of these are brand new projects. Now, they could be good, they could be rug pulled, I don't know. But all I do know is that I can get meows I can get a whole lot of meows because they're worth so cheap. Right now, if I stake my apes, well, whichever, my jaws for it. No, sorry, jaws now. Sorry?
Right now you can do that?
Yep. So, okay, so let's go back to Jaws. Where was Jaws again? I think that one there, yep. So you can see here, like I've put, 426 Jaws. I've got an 88 meows, so I can harvest that. Let's harvest it anyway. Let's do it. Yeah, just harvest it. Yep, confirm. Again, double check your gas fees. Yep, 0.000, that's the only thing I look at. As soon as I see 0.000, I know I'm good. Confirm that. Now, remember also, like you have to approve a lot of these contracts at the very, very beginning. Some of those are like 10 cents and 13 cents. Oh, 10 cents to 16 cents from what I've gathered so far. Yep, so we're confirming. Let's go down to Meow Swap again, or wherever it is. Did you close it off? Yeah, but did you close the Meow Swap because you were on the Meow Swap? Yeah, okay, click on that. Go back to pools. Yep. And scroll down as soon as it does that. And you'll see the APR there, I think is 128% if I remember right there. Yep, so APR at the moment, I've only actually got 49 staked, but you can, sorry? What is the price of each meow? Of each meow, I'm not too sure on here at the moment, but where is it? $2.23? No, 27 cents. No? That's there, yeah. So it's worth about 10 cents, let's say, each at the moment. So it's nothing. But I can get more meows than I can get bananas, or I can get jaws at the moment. I know it sounds.
and that's a good point to be made. Like, I know some of this stuff sounds confusing, and you're probably like, "What's going on here?" Like, remember that when tokens launch, they're in their infancy, their complete infancy stage. If you get in at that point with a token, if you got into Bitcoin when it was in its infancy stage, you would have got it for pennies. You know, and I'm not saying these things are going to 60K, probably not going to 60K, but if you understand the complexity of what's going on here, we're building the new world of finance, and finance has the most amount of money in the world. Actually, most of the money in the world is finance. These are the protocols. Like if you have 200 and even two of them make it to the point of actual the growth stage, which is around that middle growth stage after the infancy stage, you're looking at like life-changing amounts of money, right? So yes, it's a high risk venture. Yeah, it's confusing right now. Yeah, it's complicated to learn, but it's also one of the greatest money-making opportunities that's ever existed, because there is 1,000 different tokens all being created, serving different use cases, and each one of them has the potential of growing to orders of magnitude higher than where they are, and you'll get them right on the floor level, basically.
Got your early sellers, and then you've got your late sellers. Okay, so I mean, Pancake was is a very, very good case project. I mean, you know, it was worth practically cents when it first came out. I mean, today it's worth around about $20, I believe. I don't know if I haven't checked that lately. So it was worth cents. I mean, it got to $5, and so many people sold. You know, now it's sitting at $20. So you've got your early and your late people. So, but the other thing too is to accumulate. Just think of accumulation. Yeah, go.
And actually, one great thing that you can actually check as far as the value versus what the market values it at is, which made it really easy for me, was I can just go look at the total value locked on a protocol. For example, Sushi right now has $5.5 billion of actual cash locked on it, but the market values it at 1.5 billion. If I told you a company has $5.5 billion of cash, you would at least value it at $5.5 billion. So these DeFi protocols have a really good way for you to see how much value is actually being held in the protocol and what is it valued at, and you can really judge the undervalued nature of the protocols.
Yeah. Yep. So the undervalued, don't put money in it. Whatever you've accumulated from the other sites, then just put that value into it. Just whatever you've accumulated from them. So I would never ever put my money into Meow. Obviously, I just accumulate those coins from a different site, from Jaws, and then I just use whatever to put in. And again, don't care if it rug pulls or not. Can we go back to AI? Oh, sorry. Let's. So we hit again this one, maximum, confirm. Hit that. Oh, yep. Again, check this. Yep, cool. 0.000, confirm, done. So I can't emphasize how important that is to check. I've nearly gotten raped by that one before. So yeah, just be careful. Okay, cool. So now, as you can see from my 49, it's going to then go to whatever amount, and I'm going to be earning 128% for that. So by about a month from now, I mean, it's probably going to get me maybe, I don't know, $5 a week or whichever the case. And $5 a week doesn't sound like much, but again, add all the maybe 60 different places that I'm staking from, at 15 cents here, $10 here, $15 here.
I think it's $5 a month, but it's also a certain amount of meows.
Yeah.
That's the more important.
Yeah.
$5 a meow today might be worth $5,000 a meow at a later time.
And that's the point. Bingo. And I'm going to wait for that 2.5 years. And like I said, half of these projects I'm expecting them to just disappear. The other half I'm expecting them to be worth a little bit of money because not everything survives, as we already know. Cool. So go back to the AI and scroll down. The next question is how much do I invest?
At the farm.
Don't mortgage the house. Like Sim always says, freehold is good. Once you get to that point, only what you can afford to lose. That's my answer for that one all the time. I mean, the amount of people that I teach staking and farming, when they ask me that question, I'm just like, how often do you go to casino? And they're like, oh, I used to go once a year. How much do you spend? $200. Only invest 200 then. Sorry? Yeah. I do that for free. Yep. Sorry? What I'm doing here right now for free as well. Yep. No worries. So now, how long do I stay in it? I've already said I'm staying in it for 2.5 years. Obviously, I mean, it all depends on the person's personal life, Well, for me, I'm in accumulation stage, so I'm just accumulating more and more of these, whatever coins they are. So for me, I'm going to stay in it for as long as I possibly can, obviously through the bear market, but then as soon as it goes back up to the bull market, I'm out. I'm out, and I think what Sim pointed out last time is DeFi might be going out. I think that will happen, but I think we're going to have another bull market. For me personally, I think we're going to have another bull market before that happens. I don't think everything's going to happen like so instantly. And again, everyone has their own timing. Nobody knows. To be honest.
Between tomorrow and
9:30. Bingo. But for me, I'm willing to risk money that I never had. For 2.5 years.
The meme shitcoin segment of staking.
Yes. Yeah, bingo. And we all know what happens to memes sometimes. Yes. Yeah. Just as long as you're not holding the bag at the end. Okay, cool. Now, I was going to say Q&A time, but we've been asking questions. But anything that you guys have a question on? I know that I haven't touched base with probably everything you want, but we can have a chat after if you want to get a bit more technical about it, and go through individual things.
Yeah, maybe I just wanted to say that there is other ways of staking it a little bit.
There are coin pairing, etc., etc.
Yeah, I just wanted to say there's less risky ways of doing this as well. This is like a segment, but also what I would recommend. These are like hyperinflationary usually. I would recommend if you have Luna or like AVAX or Phantom or even ETH, you won't get as much percentage, but you'll have your initial value that'll hold through bear market, because a lot of these might go down maybe like 99% potentially. So I would farm higher top 10, top 20s, and then sell your yield, which is usually a coin. Yeah.
There's also another thing called coin pairing.
Well, I don't touch that.
Please don't tell anybody about coin pairing.
Okay.
Yeah, don't.
We'll leave it. We'll leave it at that. We're just saying that it is there. Just don't touch it if you can. This is the most simplest way of doing it.
Wait.
Go.
No, there's way simpler ways of doing it. Okay. This is the simplest way for Wes to do it. The simplest way that I get like old ladies to do it. No, you're not old lady, you're young. They're my age. We literally put them on like Kraken, the exchange,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and then there's a stake tab, and we just stake it. And then when we need to trade it, we unstake it and it's back at Kraken. You know, so there's actual exchanges and platforms that let you stake the stuff. And like you mentioned, you know, it's a safe way of doing it. It's not like, you know, I mean, it's as safe as you keeping it on the exchange itself, but it's also, it gets you a much lower yield, but you're still earning that much ADA or ETH, or, you know, I mean, if you stake ETH, it's not going to get unlocked until an unforeseen period of time. So you have to also understand what you're staking, how long is the lock period. If you're staking Luna, it's going to take you 21 days. If you're thinking of trading it when the price changes, you're pretty much fucked.
And what about the like high yield stable coins?
UST?
On like Celsius or like
UST?
I don't know.
The high yield stable coins? Yeah, I mean, like my thing is I can stake my stable coins and get a high yield on it, but I could have just bought a crypto with it that was going to outperform the staking part of it.
But let's say you're taking your profits out and it's gonna go bear.
Yeah, okay, so let's take your profits out and I'm keeping it as US dollars, right? I'm earning 20% on a stable coin and the US dollar on a platform. They print 40% last year, so I'm losing 20% of value still. Right. So yes, it does give you higher yields, but you have to do a realistic inflation calculation to find out how much is the US dollar dropping in actual purchasing power and how much am I earning on those platforms. Right. If you ask for help on a Telegram group, expect to get only hackers contacting you. I've seen more people get hacked by saying, can you help me do DeFi in the group? And they get 1,000 requests. Yes, I'll help you. Click this link. And then all of their money disappears. And I'm 100% serious about this. With a link, they're like, oh, let me help you. I'm from the Pancake Swap head group. Let me swap all the pancake for $0. And they literally take all your money. So please remember you're walking into a den of wolves. There's when it comes to decentralized finance, find yourself a Wes and talk to him rather than going on to that group. Like listen to that group, follow it, but please don't ask for help in those things. Expect that you're the lamb that's walking into a den. Not even just my group. Like there's a lot of wolves here. These are very dangerous people.
Connor's another really good guy to speak to, and okay. So now watch YouTube videos. This is a very, very big thing. I mean, if you don't want to watch the white paper, you'll read the white paper. You don't want to read and research like I do. I mean, just type in meow, and type in, like, let's say, Ape Swap, on YouTube, and you will find many people speaking about it, and they will actually go through those details, basically just telling it to you. I mean, they've already done their research, and these people don't go into something without, and have a set of group of people that you actually trust. I mean, obviously just watch every one of them that you possibly can, and then select some of them to subscribe to. And if they're telling you about a new site, why not, try it out. So YouTube videos. Now follow some people on YouTube. As I said, the information is amazing, and gaming tokens are amazing. So I can't emphasize how much gaming tokens are good. And I will point out something to you. So for me, I'm actually new to crypto. I don't know if you guys know that, but I've been in crypto for approximately 6 months. And I did lock myself in for 2.5 months to learn everything. I watched anywhere between 80 to 100 videos per day. And I read 2 books on trading per week, to make sure that I know everything that I can know. I lost on some of my crypto up to 90% when I came in. Ethereum was at its all-time high, Bitcoin was at its all-time high, and I came in going, yes, and it actually did go up a little bit more, and I saw $8,000 extra, and I'm like, oh, this is easy, you just buy it, just put it in and just earn money. And all of a sudden we had that massive drop, and I was smart enough to get in and get out as it was dropping. So I didn't take a hit like a lot of people, but I still took a massive hit. And nonetheless, I had to make the money back. And I actually made that money back while we were still down low. And that was through staking, farming, trading, leverage trading, swing trading. And I made all that money back before it all went back up. And then when it's all going back up now, it's amazing. It's great. But you need to, put some time and effort into that if that's what you want to do. Gaming tokens, however, during that time period, I was watching gaming tokens and I noticed it was going up while we were going down. The whole time it just kept going up, and it's still going up now. And I'm thinking, wow, this is pretty crazy. We know that we have 1% of people in crypto in the whole world at the moment. Gaming is huge as well. If you don't know, kids love to play games, and if they can play Call of Duty and get paid for it, they're going to do it, and adults will do it too. We're finding that a lot of people in the Philippines at the moment, we'll talk about a particular group that I know. They're paying guys and girls for a scholarship program, approximately 3 million per month, I believe. Is that right, Connor? Approximately. Yep. Yeah, to play Axie Infinity. Yep, so I think, you're quite well aware of this as well. But I'm just giving you an example, and they're changing people's lives over there. I mean, just doing that. And these people sometimes are crying, and they're saying, you don't understand like how much this is going to feed my whole family for the whole month. So they're freaking out, and all they're doing is spending 2 hours a day on a game, and they're getting paid $300. And sorry? So basically a friend of mine, it's a group, a gaming group here in Bali, and sorry? We won't go into who they are or anything like that, but yeah. Do you know?
We do actually have
Yeah, maybe it's a different group. I'm not too sure, but I don't know the company name. I'm just friends with them, and we're all in the same group on WhatsApp, and they're the ones that I was saying to you. Like if they just mention something, I'm just going to buy 100 of them, 100 tokens every time, and I think that the numbers are like this: 80% of them will go up. So if you just buy 80%, if I lose 20%, I'm not really too fast. You're gaining a lot, and that's actually good trades if you're on 80%. Anyway, so moving forward with that, so they're changing lives, but also, I mean, the initial investment, as far as I knew, on this particular group was $90,000 for them to actually get into Axie Infinity, and they made that back within 6 months, that money. So, and they're just growing and growing and growing, and people can actually invest in that. I think it's like 25 grand now, like to actually invest in, and they're saying that you'll get your money back in 6 months, so, and it's adding and adding, and it's just, Axie Infinity, as you already know, it's getting huge, and it's going to keep growing. And it's only, a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's already pumped, it's already big, or whichever the case, and it might be, but at the end of the day, like there's only a small amount of a population that's actually gaming, playing for money at the moment. But I can see this growing, and the whole point of this is I'm seeing the gaming sector just jumping. So for me, yes, I accumulate as many gaming tokens as possible, whether or not it's launched, not launched, and if I lose some, and you will lose some, but that's not financial advice.
So the world that we lived in was a physical world. Now the entire world is moving to a digitized world. The economies are becoming digital, finance is becoming digital, gaming has always been digital, but we're about to get jacked into the metaverse, which is going to happen within the next 9 years. And people are going to be earning a living within the digital world. So the more you transition to the digital age and get in front of these technologies and start learning about them now, the further you'll be the earliest adopters in this whole process. It is risky, so obviously you have to make sure you manage your own risk. But like gaming, when you're looking at the value of a token, the value of a token comes from the network, comes from what it does and how much value it actually adds to somebody's life, and how many. So the network is how many people there are in the network, what value it adds to society, and how much is it actually being used. And when you're looking at gaming, especially like Axie Infinity, it's feeding people. Yes. It's growing. It's and they're actually playing the game. They're actually putting their time and attention into it. And time and attention is by far the most lucrative asset on the planet. And gaming is one of the best ways to be able to monetize that. And then give the investor back a return, give the person who's playing a life so that they don't have to go to a foreign land to earn money to feed their family. And the value itself is growing. So just think about life like that. Stop living in the physical world. That world is done. They just shut it down. Okay, we're now learning the way to transition to the digital world. It's scary, it's weird, but within 10 years, it's going to become the de facto way of living life.
Well, okay, so 95% of my portfolio is now XRP. So whenever I earn money through staking and farming, I'm in XRP. But that's I can see what's. Go ahead. Agreed. Okay. I'll give you a few reasons. I won't tell you every reason, but I'll give you a few reasons why I'm sticking in XRP. So first of all, out of all the cryptos this year, I mean, that has gotten its all-time high, XRP is the only one in the top 10 that hasn't. Okay, and it is a top 10. It's got a lot more use cases than what I can see of any of the other ones. I mean, obviously you've got Bitcoin, which is a store of value. You've got Ethereum, which is actually being used every day. But if you actually have a look at how much usage out of all the top 10 cryptos, even maybe the top 100, you'll find that XRP is actually the #1 in usage case. So right now it's going through a court case. So it's kept the value quite down. Sorry? Is it working? Yeah. Sorry? It's been extended now, yeah, till January. So it sucks because we were hoping to get clarity before then, but unfortunately it hasn't. So what I can say about that is that it could happen at any time in settlement. And if that settlement happens next week, I want to be in it because I know that with Bitcoin, for instance, I can definitely 2x my money. You know, it will go to 100K easy. You know, and it might go more, it might go to 200, but technical analysis from what I've done, it's definitely going to go to 100. So I know I can 2x on that. Ethereum, maybe I can 4x my money, but I definitely know, as far as I'm concerned, XRP, I'm going to minimum 10x my money to 30x my money when it actually does hit. So I can see it should already be right now. If you actually have a look at the numbers of it, if that SEC court case wasn't happening, we would already be at $9 about 3 months ago. But it is happening. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but think about this.
We're
right
at
now,
one
right
point,
now,
you won something.
do you want the things that are ripping?
Yeah.
No, I want the thing.
Make money now.
I want to make the thing that's not ripping. I want to get it when it's not ripping, so that. And here's the thing: I'm not trying to make dollars. I don't care about dollars. I care about making the future asset that is going to become the baseline for the transfer of value. You know, if you were worried about dollars back in the day, there would be times when you wouldn't buy Ethereum. You'd be buying something else. You maybe wouldn't buy Bitcoin. I guess Bitcoin was the first one. But the point is, if you're worried about dollars, you would have bought stocks when Bitcoin was going because they were making you more dollars. You would have bought other assets. But Bitcoin was the one that actually blew past. But for a long time, it was nothing, right? What I'm seeing on the fundamental side, I've never seen sounder fundamentals on any investment in my entire life. When you look at the code of how XRP runs, it is the single product built to carry the weight of all of the assets in the world. It is the only one that actually can get slotted into the banking system that the way it is now and the way it's going to be in the future. Now, I don't care if I have to wait 5 years for me to get to that point. But what I want to do is accumulate as much of it as I can, because they want to keep me away from it as much as they can as well. Mm-hmm. And when you're looking at what's actually going on, they're connecting to central banks, and they're connecting to all the banks, and they have a patent on on-demand liquidity. And like, when you have the ability to provide liquidity for free in the middle of a financial transaction, you now own the ability to be able to provide the service of money transfer to the entire world. And then when you're looking at how the node points are set up in this future world that's coming, it's the only one that's able to service that use case, and it's the only one legally allowed to service that use case. So, ISO 20022 is the banking system. It's the one that's built to serve that use case for ISO. But even more than that, it is what is necessary and missing from us having a world of fluidity when it comes to money. And it's difficult for me to describe how sound the fundamentals are on it. And if I have to get, I'm accumulating as much of that as I can.
Or you're still using XLM, because that's going to be the retail.
XLM's the open version of it, and I would want to invest into XLM, but at the moment, yeah.
I mean, look.
But yeah, you should not. You should not invest in XRP. You should not invest in XRP. That's why I do not. Yeah, I do not recommend. Yeah, I don't recommend anybody buy XRP if you're trying to make money in the short term.
No.
If you're worried about dollars in the short term.
I'm just wondering why you guys are so.
Because when XRP moves, last time it was. Sorry, go ahead.
So it won't. So at the end of the day, what's going to happen is if they have settlement tomorrow, you're not going to have time to buy. Full stop. It's just going to shoot up. If it settles tomorrow, the court case, if they have settlement tomorrow, you're not going to have time to buy. It's going to move so fast up. Yeah, it's going to hit $10 just like that. And you're going to be like, oh, but I was in the other one and I was accumulating some of the other ones and I was making money and I didn't have time to put money into that one. So for us, we're holding because it could happen at any time now. And within the next 3 months, I mean, as far as we're concerned, and judging by how long court cases go for and everything else, et cetera, et cetera. But I think, yeah, the questions that Judge Netburn has just asked, this is going to be like a really, really big thing from what I can tell.
So for me, here's the calculation. I look at the use case of XRP. Its use case is to provide liquidity. First, one of the use cases is to provide a liquidity pool for global international transfers, but also intra-national transfers. That's a $450 trillion per year market, just international transfers. And then you add on intranational, and we're going into the quadrillion-dollar market. If I need to move that much money, that's the total cumulative amount of money that gets moved. You need multi-trillions of dollars, multi-tens of trillions of dollars of liquidity in the middle to move that much. That puts the valuation for XRP at multi-tens of trillions of dollars to start servicing that use case within the next 4 years. That new banking system is going to complete by November of 2025. So you're telling me this asset needs to be a multi-tens of trillions of dollars for it to just start servicing the use case. And then you're saying they're going to expand the monetary supply. It has to expand about 10 times from here to just keep this thing going. Otherwise, the whole world financial system collapses. They're not going to let that happen. So now you're saying that there's going to be 10 times as much money in 10 years. And this thing will need to be at hundreds of trillions of dollars for it to service that use case. So right now, the entire crypto market's at $2 trillion. The entire world's, pardon? $2.7 trillion, which is a drop in the bucket of the $1,600 trillion of nominal value that moves in the world. Most of it doesn't move, it actually sits. But when you connect that all up to one system that needs to carry the weight of that amount of money moving around, and with an expanding money supply, the numbers just get absolutely ridiculous. That's why the XRP number is like $1,000 XRP, $35,000 XRP. And people think, oh, at those numbers, it would be more money than exists in the world today. Yeah, because there's going to be 10 times as much money as exists today within the next 10 years. So I'm investing in 10 years from now. I'm not investing in today. You know, you might make more money than me today, but one day I'll be on the boat where they will have to pry it from my cold dead hands when it's at multi-trillion-dollar valuations.
Thank you for explaining.
What happens if the court case goes south?
Well, then yeah, we can lose a lot in that aspect. But later on down the track, I mean, XRP already said that they're going to go public.
And then Americans don't get to participate in the prosperity generation event.
No, they don't.
And the rest of the world continues on without the SEC's.
Yep.
So when you watch,
So you'll jump.
when you're actually looking at the court case, following the details, actually XRP is the one that's suing the SEC, not the other way around. they want every single thing hands down.
Yeah, they want clarity. That's what they want. If they can have clarity, it's over. That's it for everything else.
Move the entity if they want.
Yeah.
They can just go over
They're
there.
gonna move the entity if they run into a dead end like that.
They'll just move
Yep.
to a different jurisdiction.
But hey, I'm just
Bingo.
curious, if there wasn't that January quote unquote timeline, let's say if you knew
That it was next November, so we're talking 12 month. Would you guys be holding?
Yep.
You would still be holding with the 12 month, just assuming that you don't want to miss that explosion?
Yeah, settlement is.
Just like any, like, even if I had invented a bunch of meme coins, that's the ultimate, well, it can explode at any time, pump and dump, whatever. So that timeline to you guys, it doesn't affect your, I guess, holding mentality? If it was 12 months versus 3 months?
My risk profile is insane. I can sit there and take a risk on this for as long as I need. As a matter of fact, it's holding most of my value in a way where I know I'm not going to lose my value.
Right.
And whenever this happens, it's going to expand against the monetary supply in a way that makes sure that I gain value in a massive way. So yeah, like I don't care how long I have to hold. And my thing is like, when they tell you to go right, I go left. That's just the rule of my life. When they tell me to leave this thing, there's a lawsuit, run from it, I dive into it as deeply as I can. And like I said, I'm a fundamental investor, and I've literally never seen better fundamentals on any project ever. And it would be a miss for me to not invest in that project. Now, should you do it? No, because you might hold it and you might miss the entire bull run process. There's going to be other tokens like Solana literally has done more than XRP is going to do already. Exactly. So if you got into Solana, good on you. 100%. Like a shit coin. What? Which one was Shiba Inu just made millionaires. Yeah. So okay. So then why don't you just go buy all shit coins?
I do.
Perfect. Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, there's different ways of playing the game. I'm in the slow and steady, don't lose money and make generational wealth over the next 10 years game. Whereas like if your risk tolerance is even higher than mine and you want to play the other game, you can make a lot of money in that game too. You know, and he's playing the staking game and then takes it out and locks it into XRP. Yeah.
Yeah. That is ultimate shit staking. Shit staking.
Shit is shit.
The meme segment of staking is all that, which is interesting. I mean,
To go to the memes one, you can go for the cake, you can go for bananas, you can go for the ones that are,
I mean,
as well.
Technically, that land project, based on like the symbolism that you mentioned on the ape swap, that's categorized as an unvetted potential ruggable project.
As they vet them, and then
But didn't it have the black? It had the black background.
Yeah, it's a black. Yeah. So
isn't the black?
can we open up? Can
unvetted
we open that back again? Yeah, it did. Yeah. Hang on, give me a second. Let's go back to ApeSwap. So that's okay. Cool. So you see that's a golden nana. So they vet these ones. They don't vet the
Oh, it's opposite.
Yeah, it's the opposite. Sorry. Yep. But banana for banana, like if I can get a whole lot of bananas anyway, I can then transfer them into G-nanas. You know, like I said, I'm free holding, so I'm just earning bananas. After this land finishes, can we actually just click on, so scroll it back down again. Can we click on staked? Yep, scroll it down. Give us a second. Okay, cool. So you can see here, scroll down, more, until you see G-nanas to, yeah, keep scrolling. There you go. So what I'm going to do straight after this is obviously take it, once this is finished, which is happening in 6 days and 6 hours, I'm going to take all my G-nanas and put it into here, and I'm going to earn more bananas. So I'm going to make that 30% back quite easily anyway, so it's not an issue in that aspect too. But yeah, so then I get 101% per annum from my G-nanas to my banana. So I'm earning banana on both until there's another project like Landshare that comes along, bang, back in. Yeah.
Wes, so this is over in 6 days, 6 hours, and 12 minutes.
Yes.
What happens if you're sleeping during that time or out surfing?
Oh, that's
and you
okay. I
miss
mean, you can
that
always.
window. Can you, or does it just stay ready?
Yeah.
For you
So
to
what
see
it does
out?
is scroll all the way back up. Can you scroll all the way back up for us, please? Okay. So what it does on all these platforms, you can go to inactive, and hit inactive, and these are the inactive ones. So you'll be earning 0%, but it would still be there, so you can take it out. Yep, and just take out your bananas and then just restake it in the active sections as well. So these are all the old ones. This is the one that I was talking about where I was going to get charged 0.4 of BNBs. Every time I try and stake wizard for wizard 0.4, and I'm like, yeah, I've given up on that one altogether. I have it in my list, but I don't use it. Yeah, it's too much money. But anyway, I mean, Play was a good one. Again, they went up in price, etc., etc. You know. Axie Infinity, I got my Axie Infinity tokens from PancakeSwap. So I didn't buy one Axie Infinity, I just accumulated it through PancakeSwap. All my skills from Crypto Blades, and skill went quite high. I sold my skill and then I actually repurchased again, but at a lower rate, obviously, recently, because I knew that there was Crypto Kingdoms coming out that's got to do with Crypto Blades, and again, that's another gaming platform that's actually, it's going to be huge. So yeah, there's more and more to it, but yeah, I won't go into each individual ones, I guess. Yep.
Amazing. Thank you. This has been an absolute wealth of knowledge. Again, just a closing word on this. Please get familiar with this. Please, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Okay.
My pleasure.
There you go. Please just make sure that you're familiar with it. Make sure you do your own research on it. Like we always say on everything, it is a huge potential for making you a lot of money, but it also has the potential for you to make mistakes in this process. If you have any questions, please get in touch with Wes. Please get in touch with Chance. Please get in touch with Connor. You know, we have wonderful people in this group that actually love this space and are happy to share their research and knowledge about it. Please don't ask me anything about it. I am about as dumb with this stuff as you guys. So
I also wanted to say, like, so whatever
questions you have, I mean, you can ask me on Sim's group to start with, but obviously if Sim wants to start a group for just staking and farming afterwards, we can all go on there and share the knowledge from there, because then that way we're not sort of,
yeah, because that group is
because
for,
it's
like,
a lot to
absolute
read through.
beginners.
Yeah.
So we'll maybe make like a advanced type of group, and then we can share all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So in time we can do that. Obviously, if I find enough interest on Sim's group, then yeah, I'm happy to share. Sorry? The gaming stuff, the gaming stuff might have to have its own group, because that's there's a lot. I know. Gaming side of things, I mean, I would have to add a few other people that are friends with us. Sorry? No. Yeah, Alex is part of, it is. Yeah.
Go on my Twitter, get the hints. I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Yes, yeah.
But he like names all the small cap and then like later.
And then they pump,
Yeah.
Basically, this whole premise of this investing is like, buy when it's boring, buy at the bottom, and when it's exciting, sell.
Sounds like XRP, buying at the bottom, waiting for it to go up.
Just buy when it's boring, it's the bottom is doing nothing, might do nothing for months.
Yep.
Even if there's nothing for like 6 months, the longer that consolidates along the bottom, the higher it usually pumps when it goes.
Yeah.
That's a general rule of trading. That's basically what you're saying. It's like you're buying stuff boring. It's not doing anything.
Yep.
Like you Pokemon, and look, I had to pull $16 for a couple of cents.
Yeah.
You know, this is just the patience of the game.
Yeah. I think, so Ryan had, I don't know how much he had staking cakes on the PMONs, and I think he took out like $10,000. You know what I mean? And he had nowhere near that staking. Yes. Yeah, don't do that. Do not do that.
And so one thing we also just want to announce is now we're going to be doing, because we feel like, this is a very Bule-centric topic and group that we have. We are starting up a Indonesian Bahasa version of this meeting. So if you feel like there are people who can gain value and knowledge from all the stuff that we're discussing, Gozian's going to be actually holding it here right after this meeting, after 1:30, because we got to make sure we take care of Indonesia and the people around us who love us so much and we love. So, in the art of bringing up the community, please make sure you invite anybody who's interested in that space, and it'll be in Bahasa, it'll be simplified, almost the exact same topics, just
reiterated again in Bahasa.
Actually, if you want to learn Bahasa and
If you want to do that, her name is Maria Masha Bahasa. You can find her on. She's probably the best teacher in Bali to teach you Bahasa. Thank you.
If they want to play the game, something I'm in the scholar, then I'm sure I'll be the breeder.
So if anybody's interested in Axie Infinity and you know, there's a lot of kind of, you know, pain going on around where people don't have jobs and they're looking for something to do. If you know they're driven and they're happy to put in their time and effort, we can actually get them into a group that is where we find investors and get them to invest in Axie Infinity and then give scholarships to anybody who wants to play the game. And please get in touch with Gozian or even message in the group and Gozian can get in touch with you.
You can also say to Jed from Texas that I was new to crypto at that time, so stop loss wasn't.
Yeah, and actually,
my knowledge.
so Jed Texas is a great resource in our group where he's a technical analyst. So he's going to be actually coming on the week after next to explain stop losses and protecting yourself and trading and setting up all the stuff. So, you know, he's made a great point that you should always set stop losses, but we're going to learn more about that the week after next. Now we have a lot of resources, but thank you guys for your time. Appreciate you.
In regards to stop losses, obviously